Alrighty, yo, what the score?
I appreciate you saying that.
Wait, hey, whoa, hey, let me get my introduction on first, YouTube. Goddamn, let me get my introduction on first, YouTube. Then we can watch the video. Goddamn, YouTube just being rude today. My God, YouTube just being so fucking rude today. But anyways, though. How y'all doing today? Y'all doing good? Y'all doing straight? That is fantastic. Because YouTube over here being rude as fuck. But anyways, though, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. GIddey back with another reaction video. Today we're going to react to the Josh GIddey situation is not being talked about enough. And it is not. Because we done drifted our focus to Draymond. But nah. We still got another problem with a nigga being on the court. And his name is Josh GIddey. We need to get that man off the court expeditiously. Because NBA is out of pocket. ESPN is out of pocket for not addressing this situation. We want to keep talking about Draymond. We keep distracting ourselves with Draymond and all this other bullshit. No, we need to focus on what really matters most right now, and that's this Josh GIddey situation. Kyrie Irving posted a link. Got kicked out for a month. Didn't cause no harm. Didn't do anything to jeopardize the NBA. They keep talking about Ja Morant. They keep talking about this morality. Well, isn't what Josh GIddey is being accused of is a morality thing? So until we figure out what is true and what's not true, can we please take him off the court? You do it with the black players, but white boy get in trouble. Let's put it. Let's see what's really going on here. Fuck out of here, bro. I already know what's going on, man. Fuck the NBA, bro. Fuck the NBA. Fuck ESPN. Fuck Malika Andrews, first and foremost. Stephen A., you a bitch ass nigga. And everybody else, man, fuck everybody, bro. Everybody a bitch. Fuck everybody that has to do with this situation right now. Not y'all. Y'all cool. But these motherfuckers out here that's not talking about this situation, this is really getting on my fucking nerves because you jumped on Kyrie Irving for posting a link to a fucking video, to a fucking movie. A link. Did not say anything anti-Semitic. He just posted a link. Y'all put a fucking bucket list of all the people we had to apologize to over a fucking link. A fucking link. He did apologize. He did say that, hey, I didn't know. I just watched it. I thought it was an intriguing documentary. I posted the link. That was it. I didn't say anything anti-Semitic. I didn't do anything anti-Semitic. I just posted a link. No harm, no foul. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's anti-Semitic. Blah, blah, blah. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Fuck them Jews. We stay with Kyrie. Fuck them Jews. Hitler should have finished the job. I still stand by that. Fuck the Jews. Hitler should have finished the job. I don't care what y'all say. We should have let Hitler finish the goddamn job. But anyways, though, without further ado, let's get right into this, man. Josh GIddey situation. We not talking about it enough. We too focused on Draymond. We got Draymond the fuck up out of here, and we need to get Josh GIddey the fuck out of here, man. So let's get right into it. And I hope that damn dog shut up. I'm gonna shoot that damn dog.
About the honesty, because I got a question too.
Okay.
I got a daughter, and I like to call myself a girl dad. What you think about the Josh GIddey situation?
Fellas, y'all want to answer that?
Yeah. I mean, there's rumors going around that, Josh GIddey was dating an underage girl, and they said the family is not cooperating or participating.
Okay. Damn, you too.
So therefore, I think
I read that too. I say, what y'all think about it?
Yeah, Pat, I'm gonna be honest
that was my question.
Get on their ass. Get on their ass, Patrick. Get on their ass, Pat.
I'm a brand, Pat, and being a brand.
We know your bitch ass ain't gonna say nothing, Kevin Hart. You got slapped up by the LGBTQ community. They slapped your ass out of hosting the Oscars. They took your dream away from you, nigga. Over some old ass tweets that you put out. That was some jokes. We know your pussy ass gonna bow out. We know you pussy. Kevin Hart, we know you pussy. You ain't gotta say nothing, bro. We ain't asked for your opinion. We know you pussy.
Give you my real thoughts. But right now, on NBA Unplugged, I'm going to keep it as commercial as I possibly can.
You're just a slave, a pawn with no free will of its own. Is that it?
Facts.
Why is Josh Giddey still being allowed to play an NBA game?
Facts.
But before we get to that,
shout out to the brother. Shout out to him.
thank you, random fan in the stands. I'm very late on acknowledging that, but things just happened so quick that I was like, oh wow, I should have said something already. Thank you all so very much. But going back to this subject, you know what I admire about Charles Barkley? Even if what he says isn't always correct, or it may seem a bit too opinionated, he's going to say it more often than not, because he is a man who is comfortable in being himself and resolute in what he will utter from his mouth, whether it be right or wrong.
Facts.
And he can live with the consequences.
Facts.
There are so many people who are famous and have big platforms who would sooner never utter a word for the rest of their lives if it means keeping their fame and fortune. I couldn't live like that. What's the point of keeping your head up if you live life on your knees? It's important.
That's a bar.
However, Barkley.
That's a bar right there. That's a bar right there. How can you live with your head up if you always on your knees? That's a bar right there. Give that one another. Give that one another. I'm gonna put the music on behind that because that's a bar right there. I ain't never heard that one. That's a new one though. That's a bar right there. I ain't never heard that one before. How can you live with your head up if you always on your knees? That's a new one. I'm gonna use that one. I'm gonna put that on. Somebody put that on a t-shirt because that's a bar right there.
Has cultivated for himself this air of realness that's associated with him to where he can just get away with way more than some others can. He's essentially the Dave Chappelle of the sports world. Dave Chappelle can get away with a lot more than other comedians can. Kevin Hart was even envious of that fact. If from the very moment you arrive in the industry and you are dutiful 100%, you always follow orders, never question anything, that's pretty much the standard they'll expect from you. Now, I don't think it's fair to blame Kevin Hart for not saying anything necessarily. It becomes a problem when there are so many people that won't say anything. And this isn't really the place to do it, being a nationally televised game on a newly minted in-season tournament. I don't think he should have been kicked off. Kevin Hart kind of jokingly kicked him off, and you probably won't see Pat Bev on ESPN anymore. But
probably
shout
not.
out to him for being an instigator off the court as much as he is on. Adam Silver talked about the Josh Giddey situation and said, I can't think of many circumstances where we've suspended a player based on an allegation alone.
Man, they wouldn't even try to suspend Draymond. They suspended Draymond and said, we just trying to get to the root of the cause. We not suspending. We're not putting a number on games. We're just trying to get to the root of the cause. Nigga, suspend this nigga for a couple of games and try to figure out the root of the cause. You could do both at the same time. No, we don't want to put a number on it because we don't want to offend. We don't want to come down on it. But you did it to Kyrie though. You did it to Kyrie over a link. See? The hypocrisy in your democracy. The hypocrisy in your democracy. We do not. We stand with Kyrie. We on your ass, NBA. We still on your ass for what you did to Kyrie last year. We still on your ass. It's not going away anytime soon. Y'all did Kyrie dirty. He posted a link. He did not say anything anti-Semitic. Did not say anything anti-Semitic. He explained his reasoning for why he put it out there. He said it was an interesting documentary that I watched, and I posted the link to see if anybody was interested in watching it. I did not know that. I did not. So it clearly, if he watched it and he didn't notice anything anti-Semitic in it, that means that there's probably no anti. Like I said, I watched it. There's rarely any. They rarely are talking about white Jews. They talk about them for a little bit, but they don't go full in depth. They really talking about black people and where we come from, our tribes, our culture, our real culture, the tribes, all these dominant figures that don't get talked about enough. So when we doing these Black History Months, we really need to be talking about these tribes and these kings and these queens and all these people that ruled from back in the day. We used to own so much, bro. We used to dominate so fucking much, bro. And now look at us. We're a shell of that shit. We are a shell of what our ancestors used to be. Slave mentality. You niggas adopted a slave mentality. You will never understand a rulership mentality because you always focus on a slave mentality. Think about it. You would rather spend $500. You would go out, wear a $500 shirt with $300 jeans and some Jordans. Just to look good for what? Back then we didn't have to dress up fly to look good. It was just natural. We just had natural swagger. We created our own type of style. Everybody had their own style, their own unique way. That's how our tribes were back in the day. That's how our ancestors were. They made their own style. They did not just buy what was manufactured. Now y'all out here spending all your tax return money and your holiday bonuses on fucking $500 clothes. Why are you wearing a Miri? Why are you wearing this? Make your own clothing brand. Stop making them rich. Make yourself rich. But nah, slave mentality. White man make the clothes. White man produce the food. White men provide the jobs. Slave mentality. Now listen, I work a job. I work as security guard. I understand. You know what I'm saying? You got to figure out your way. But see, even with that, even though I had under circumstances, you have to do what you got to do to get by. So I understand under circumstances. But we can grow our own food. We can make our own clothes. It's not illegal yet. We can think for ourselves. We can talk for ourselves. We can start our own businesses. All this equipment I got in here, this computer, this internet, this webcam, this green screen, all this shit, bro. You can make something. You can start your own job. It's not that hard. You don't need a lot to make your own. This could be a career. You can make this into a career. It's just how you go about it. You know what I'm saying? Rulership mentality. It's a rulership mentality. You know what I'm saying? That's just me though. That's just me though. Like I said, I watched that documentary. I know what's up. I know why Kyrie posted it, not thinking about the anti-Semitic shit, because there was nothing fucking anti-Semitic in it. They barely talked about the white Jews. They barely talked about them. Barely. I want to say you got like an 8-minute segment out of a 5-6 hour documentary. That was really low budget, by the way. But I digress. We still on your ass, NBA. I'm gonna shoot that damn dog.
The NBA can suspend a player if no criminal or legal issues arise. They did so with Ja Morant.
Yep.
And therein lies the problem and qualms people have.
They did it with Kyrie.
And how they've handled this Josh Giddey situation. At the end of the day, what did Ja Morant do? He showed a weapon on camera. And then while he may not have done it himself, his friend recorded him doing it again. 25-game suspension based upon the violation of the NBA's morality clause that I had mentioned in a previous video that Kenny Smith explained for the audience what it's about, what it entails, and what the repercussions would be for violating said clause.
The NBA has a morality clause in everyone's contract that expresses about violence, racism, all types of different things that can be considered morality. Flashing guns will be part of that.
Understandable, makes sense. So why isn't scouting for first-round draft picks at high schools considered a violation of a morality clause? Well, it's an allegation. Not really. It was found out and discovered. The girl in question didn't allege anything. The family in question didn't. I guess you could say it was alleged by some people on Twitter and social media. which then led the NBA to start looking into it, and the parents of said girl aren't cooperating. Why? You can come up with any number of hypotheses and reasons as to why, but we can only talk about what is known, unless you're Malika Andrews, to which you can talk about things that were alleged and treat them as fact, bring them up 10, sometimes 20 years later, then use it to besmirch the reputation of the person who's currently experiencing the greatest moment of their life. And here,
facts. Fuck Malika Andrews. This bitch don't want to say nothing. Fuck you, bitch. You always want to say something. Young man died. A young man passed away. His family was grieving. You talk about his past. Chauncey Billups, a black coach. Not that many black coaches in the NBA. One finally gets a fucking job as a coach. Shit on him. Shit on him about some shit that nobody talked about during his playing years. When he was playing, nobody was talking about it. When he was on ESPN, nobody brought that up. Remember, he used to work for ESPN. The man gets a job as a coach, leaves ESPN. Let's do him dirty now. Let's bring up his past. Let's shit on him. Really, bitch. Why we wait till he gets a coaching job to bring... Man, fuck out of here. They do this shit, bro. They do this shit to black men all the time, bro. It's so fucking ridiculous how low they stoop to destroy us, destroy our image towards the masses. What is the propaganda that they trying to gain from this? What is the end goal of the propaganda? That's what I want to know. That's the real question we should be asking. What is the end game of this propaganda towards black men that the media has out for us? What is the end game for the propaganda? Is it to lock us all up, put us back in slavery again? They want to put us back in chains just freely because we're just considered threats to society because of the skin of our color? But Black Lives Matter, right? Fuck out of here.
You come. Which is why they gave her such
Wakanda forever, right?
Situation because
Black Lives Matter, right?
Days where there was no coverage, no mention, not even bringing him up. But yet they saw clips of Thunder's games where they would have to mention him since he had a couple of good games, and nada. Zilch. I'm seeing GIddey get booed in multiple arenas he's played in. You've got players like Pat
Bev
on
his ass
occasionally inquiring about it, and I'm sure Pat Bev must know more than even some people in the media do since he's in the NBA. And although that in-season tournament coverage wasn't exactly the place to do it, where is the place to do it? There is next to no one mentioning this other than some NBA YouTubers, but in general.
But see, that's the thing though. Social media talks about it, but then when we want the big name media to talk about it, they don't talk about it. Right now, they turning shit in about fucking Draymond. Draymond is the topic of discussion. Let's steer away from this. Nah, the Draymond situation is handled now. John Morant come back. Ooh, let's bring up John Morant. Let's just do anything to stay away from Josh Giddey right now. No. Stop talking about John Morant. We talked about him enough. Let that man play basketball. Let's focus on this right here. Let's focus on Josh Giddey right now. ESPN. Malika Andrews. Fuck out of here. Let's focus on what's real. Don't give a fuck. John Morant is playing basketball again. His 25-game suspension is up. Let that man play basketball. If he make another mistake again, okay, then we got to talk about it. But if he just playing basketball, then shut the fuck up. The only time you should bring up John Morant, did he score 30 tonight? Did the Grizzlies win? That's the only time you should be talking about John Morant. We shouldn't just keep bringing up John Morant because he came back. No, let's not focus. Let's not step away from this. Let's talk about it. Why we can't talk? We talk about everything else on ESPN. Why we can't talk about this? We want to talk about all the other social justice issues. We want to talk about all the other stuff that goes on, with women. When it comes to women going through things, let's talk about women. Let's empower women. When it's a white boy, let's not talk about it. Let's leave it alone. It's too many allegations behind it. We ain't trying to get sued. But accusations towards a black man, you'll go full throttle on. No questions asked. Hypocrites. Hypocrisy in your motherfucking democracy. I'm telling you.
General news outlets aren't really saying anything. Nobody associated with the NBA is talking about it.
Nobody.
But yet the Ja Morant gun situation was heavily touted all across the media. It was put on front page news. It was just the news cycle for 48, 72 hours. Outrage, disgust, dismay. In being objective, there are only two things I can kind of understand with why it's more energy given towards the other. Number one, Ja Morant is a far, 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 far bigger star than Josh Giddey is. And two, there's camera footage. Irrefutable. Everyone saw what happened. The only people that tried to argue what it is that the general...
But when Kyrie posted a link, it was all hell. It's a picture. You can say that, but there's pictures of Josh Giddey with this girl, with this underage girl. There are pictures. There are videos of her admitting that she was underage. Now she may be lying. The bitch may be lying. But that hasn't stopped ESPN before. Has it not? Look at all the other black men. Let's talk about Ray Rice. Remember Ray Rice? Remember that situation? Remember how that got handled? Remember how the media was all over about that for 4 fucking months? Jesus fucking Christ. Stephen A. Smith got suspended for a week for talking crazy about the Ray Rice situation. Everybody was on his head top for a whole week. And he couldn't say nothing. Then he had to come back and make a punk ass apology. Remember that? Remember the Ray Rice situation? Remember that? Oh, good times, right? Good times, good times. Oh, scandals. Black man, let's take him down. White man, let's shut the fuck up. There was a player in the NFL that just got sentenced for beating the shit out of his wife. And it was a white boy. Why was there no coverage? They brought it up one time when it happened, and then when he got convicted, they brought it up for like 10 seconds and moved right on to NFL highlights. Pathetic. It's pathetic how they treat black men in the media verse. I just want to know what is the end game of this propaganda against black men? I need to know. We all need to know. What is y'all end game? Are y'all trying to put us in chains? Are you trying to desensitize us to the world to make us bow down because we're so strong and we stand united? Is it because we're the last of the Mohicans because we won't bow down to the system? We won't bow down to your system that is bowing down to women, bowing down to gays, bowing down to the Jews, bowing down to everybody else. Because we stand tall What is it that you have against black men? What is the end game of the propaganda? I need to know. What is the end game of the propaganda against black men? What is the end game of this? What are y'all trying to gain? That's what we need to know as black men. What are you trying to gain, media? What are you trying to gain from us? What is the bigger picture here? What are you trying to prove?
Public saw was Ja in his camp trying to say that was a toy gun, which was just complete nonsense and ridiculousness. But other than those two things, when you look at the situation in its totality regarding Ja and compare it to this Josh Giddey situation is far, far, far worse. Yes, it may be under the realm or guise of an allegation, and I definitely don't like how nowadays people's livelihoods and careers can be destroyed and be flushed down the toilet off mere accusations. If we are forced to play by cancel culture rules, why isn't cancel culturing at the moment?
Facts.
If we still lived in a reality that made sense and functioned on logic, I would understand why Josh Giddey is still being allowed to play games as if nothing is going on. But we no longer live on a sphere of common sense. We live in Whoville, Looney Tune land, where anything goes and it's malarkey 24/7.
Yep.
So now why isn't he then subject to the same malarkey as other people?
Facts.
Is this a race thing? You can definitely make that argument. You can make that argument in so many different facets.
I'm making the argument right now.
The treating of a black entertainer, a black athlete, as opposed to a white one. In this situation, I can in good conscience develop an opinion on that matter. But what I can say is once all the information is out and we know everything that went on, and it's as bad as it looks, because it does look bad, he should be dropped from the league. If Ja can get 25 games, Draymond is suspended indefinitely, so we decide when you come back, there's no timetable when he comes back, then something of this nature that is far, far in the way worse, leaps and bounds worse, the punishment should fit the crime. But do tell me if you disagree with what I said on that end or anything in this video. Open discourse is always appreciated. I want to hear people's thoughts, opinions, concerns on this subject. And I want to thank you all so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you're new. And
all right. So yeah, man, I really want to know what the fucking end game is. What are we trying to gain? What is the media trying to tell the masses about black men? What is the end goal here? What are y'all trying to gain from destroying a black man's image almost every day and protecting a white man's image? White man rapes somebody, little to no coverage. Black man may have potentially raped somebody in the past 20 years ago. Oh, let's bring it up. It's the biggest topic in the world. A man slept with a woman on a team. Remember that? Remember the M.A. Udoka situation? Remember how they was all on M.A. Udoka? But around that same time, the Phoenix Suns, the previous owner, the previous owner of the Phoenix Suns was under fire for misogyny, rape, homophobia, racism, domestic violence and harassment in the workplace. And he's the owner of the team. How does the owner of the team get pushed to the side for a coach fucking somebody else on the team, fucking a staff member on the team? How is that bigger than a bigoted, racist, perverted person that owns a team? When it was Donald Sterling, y'all was on Donald Sterling ass. We get to the owner of the Phoenix Suns, we on his ass for like a week. The Ime Udoka shit come out. Fuck that. Move that to the side. We don't care about black men. We don't care about white boy no more. We don't care about that old white man. He sell the team. He sell the team. Let's get on this. Oh boy, black man. Let's tear him down, guys. Let's do it. ESPN just so happy, man. ESPN. I don't know why black people want to work for ESPN. I don't know why black people want to support ESPN. ESPN. Especially considering the fact that it's owned by Disney, who is arguably the most racist. They are racist. They have an agenda. And nobody's been... well, people have been pointing it out. Which is why Disney is pretty much dead at this point. I hope y'all notice that Disney Plus ain't been doing too good these past couple of years. I hope y'all know that the Disney Corporation overall hasn't been doing good these past couple of years. People ain't going to Disney World no more. People ain't saying, let's go to Disney World. People ain't saying, let's order Disney Plus. You know what it is now? It's illegal streaming sites. That's what it is now. Legal streaming sites, as it should be. Who the fuck want to pay for something when you can get it for free? I don't blame you. We in a recession. Inflation is a motherfucker right now. But anyways, though, I'm gonna leave it right there for right now. I just want to know, what is the end game of the propaganda towards black men? When we can get that understanding, then that's all I want to know. What's the end game? What's the end game of the propaganda? What are they trying to prove? What are they trying to say about black men? I want to get to the root of that. What is the end game of the propaganda that is being shown towards black men right now? Do they hate us? Do they hate us because we stand united? Because we still live in the world of common sense and logic, and we won't bow down to the ideologies of their society that they are trying to build right now? They are trying to rebuild society with ideas, not facts, but ideas. I just want y'all to understand what's going on and see the bigger picture. You have to be a 3-dimensional thinker. That's why I say be a 3-dimensional thinker. Don't just see what's in front of you. That's 2-dimensional thinking. You only see what's in front of you and you believe it. See what's in front of you, but are you looking around you? Do you see the snipers? Do you see the snipers that's pointing from? Do you see the motherfuckers diagonally? Do you see the motherfucker with the gun in the back of your head behind you? Do you see the motherfucker with the knife behind you? Do you see all the threats that are around you while they are putting something in your face, waiting for you to accept it, so that way they can inject you with the bullshit? Do you see? 3-dimensional thinkers can see, and you can duck, you can dodge. You see them about to snipe you over here, you go over. You know where you figure out where to hide so they can't hit you. You just ducking and dodging the bullshit, instead of accepting what's in front of you and letting them inject you with the bullshit. So that way you can. I'm just saying, man. It's difficult to explain. Like I said, man, it's difficult to explain when your mentality and your mindset is so different from everybody else's. But anyways, though, that's just gonna about do it for this one. I'm gonna see y'all in the next video. Till then, peace out. Fuck Josh Giddey. Fuck the NBA. Definitely fuck Malika Andrews. Bitch, I hope you get hit by a car.